Welcome to another custom car tutorial video. This was something I wanted to try ever since I started making cars for distance. Unfortunately, I was not skilled enough for that yet. However, with Dreadfest coming up, I wanted to try something new, like I did last year. And the best way to combat that is to go back in time to think of what I have tried and what has failed. And now that I have the skills for it, I can try to tackle this all over again. Now, I took a lot of time to research this, and fortunately enough, I found some results. So that's what this video is going to be. So with that said, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up and organize. I'm going to make a new folder and call it Flame. For this folder, I'm going to go and copy over 6 different flame sprites that I have used during testing, and paste them on over into this folder. With all these sprites, I'm going to change the texture type to Sprites, 2D, and UI, check off Alpha as Transparency, and then hit Apply. And because I have 6 different sprites, I'm going to have to do this 6 different times. Now here comes the fun part. We want to create a new shader. Select Standard Surface Shader and call it Flame. The name of the shader will be important. Once that's created, open it up. Now, it's gonna look confusing to those who don't know how to code. Lucky for me, I already had the code through testing, so I'm just gonna copy it into this one here. I will also leave this code in the description just to make it a bit easier for you to use. This also explains why I say the name of the shader will be important. Now we want to create a new material. I will also call this one Flame. Once the material is imported, drag the shader onto the material and it should look like this. During recording, I did not do that and I screwed up, so that part has been left out, and this video ended up becoming scrambled. But luckily, things are still in the correct order as they should be. The shader code basically provides 6 boxes that'll be read as frames. So now we could add each flame sprite into these boxes in the animated order. These frames were labeled 3 through 8. Don't ask why, it was just defaulted at that when I was ripping the files. Down below where it says animation speed, change that from 1 to 20. I just found it to be the best looking speed for the flames. If you have them animated at a faster speed, it could lead to the animation flickering. Just a heads up. So now let's create a new empty object, reset it to the original position, and call it Flame Trail. Once this is done, give it the trail render component. Do some adjustments to your liking, and now apply the material to the trail. You will now see the trail has animation to it, but to make it look good, we need to do some adjustments to the trail render. So, what we need to do is switch the trail alignment from world to local, and switch the trail texture mode from stretched to tile. It may not appear at first, but to fix that, just rotate the trail to -90 degrees at the y-axis. Do some adjustments to line it up with the back tire, and this is what it should look like. However, we still have some things to do. This part's optional, but to me, I would recommend doing this. But here I'm adjusting the trail render so it's at least a little bit shorter and not too terribly long. The results in the end still look good. Recommended though, you want to add a new child object to the trail render and call this one #mat_do_not_replace. Sound familiar? Once that's done, copy the trail render and paste it so you get 2 of them, and position it so it matches the alignment of the other back tire. And in the end, it should look something like this. So now let's see if we can give this car some animations. I will say though, this animation is optional, but I want the flame trail to show as a boost animation. Unfortunately, unlike other trail renders, you cannot just shrink it down, because it will not work. Trust me, I have tried. So what I have done is made a new empty object, call it Flame Trail, and just put the 2 trail renders into that object as a child object. That's right, I'm going old school. Taking the Flame Trail parent object, and now that it's here, I have adjusted the Y position to -999, while snapping it back to 0 as the final frame. And outside the animation, I just positioned the parent object to -999 as I did with the animation. So, let me do the rest of the animations and I will pull up the final results. With that said, Sunchipp out.